What if the life you dream about, the freedom, the influence, the abundance, the opportunities, doesn't begin when money enters your bank account, but the moment your mind begins to change? Most people believe wealth starts with income. They believe the wealthy think differently because they have money. But what if the truth is the opposite? What if they have money because they learn to think differently first? Look around. Every skyscraper, every business empire, every invention, every movement that changed the world, none of it started with money. It started with an idea. It started with a belief. It started with a person who refused to think like everyone else. And that is where your transformation begins. Jim Rohn spent decades teaching one powerful truth. Success is not something you pursue, it is something you attract by becoming the kind of person capable of handling it. His philosophy changed millions of lives because he understood something most people never realize. You do not become wealthy by chasing money. You become wealthy by becoming valuable. You become wealthy by thinking like someone who already belongs at the next level. So today I want you to stay with me until the very end, because the next few minutes could completely change how you see money, success, discipline, and your future. By the end of this message, you will discover 5 life-changing lessons that wealthy thinkers live by, lessons that can transform not just your income, but your identity. Because wealth is not first created in your wallet, it is created in your mind. Lesson 1. Wealth begins with personal responsibility. The foundational shift that separates those who struggle from those who thrive is the location of their internal compass. Most individuals operate under the illusion that life is something that happens to them, a series of external events dictated by the winds of the economy, the whims of a boss, or the structural disadvantages of their upbringing. This victim orientation is the ultimate anchor on financial and personal progress. When you blame the economy for your lack of savings, you are essentially surrendering your agency to the Federal Reserve or global market cycles. When you blame your background, you are stating that your past has more power than your present will. The wealthy conversely understand that while they cannot control the cards they are dealt, they have absolute sovereignty over how they play the hand. This is the essence of personal responsibility, the recognition that you are the primary architect of your reality. Taking full responsibility is not about accepting blame in a self-flagellating way, it is about reclaiming your power. If the reason you are not wealthy is out there in the government, the tax code, or a bad break, then the solution must also be out there. This leaves you in a state of perpetual waiting, hoping for a savior or a stroke of luck that may never arrive. Wealthy thinking flips this script. By looking inward, you acknowledge that if you are the problem, you are also the solution. This realization is initially terrifying because it removes the comfort of excuses, but it is ultimately the most liberating thought a human can have. It transforms a passive observer into an active participant. Instead of asking why the world is unfair, the wealthy ask, what can I do differently to navigate this unfairness? This internal inquiry, what can I do differently, is the catalyst for all innovation and growth. It shifts the brain from a state of defense to a state of discovery. While average thinkers spend their emotional energy complaining about rising costs or stagnant wages, the wealthy spend that same energy identifying new skill sets to acquire, new markets to enter, or new efficiencies to implement. They understand that the marketplace does not pay for your needs, it pays for value. If your results are not meeting your expectations, it is a signal that your current standards and actions are insufficient for the level of wealth you desire. Responsibility means looking at a failing project or a shrinking bank account and asking, what did I miss, rather than who did this to me? The moment you stop depending on external validation or government intervention to change your future is the moment your true trajectory begins. Wealth is built on the back of consistent high-standard choices. These standards are not set by what is fair or what others are doing, they are set by the vision you have for your life. If you want extraordinary results, you cannot have ordinary standards of effort, accountability, or persistence. When you take 100% responsibility, you stop being a passenger in your own life. You realize that your habits, your morning routine, your work ethic, and your reaction to failure are the only variables that truly matter in the long run. No more waiting for the right time. The right time is whenever you decide to take charge. Lesson 2. Invest in yourself before you invest anywhere else. There is a pervasive myth in modern culture that wealth is something you find or stumble upon through the right stock tip or a lucky cryptocurrency trade. This leads people to pour their meager savings into volatile assets before they have ever invested in the most important asset they will ever own, their own mind. The wealthy understand that an investment in yourself pays the highest dividends because it is the only asset that cannot be inflated away, stolen, or taxed into oblivion. Your ability to earn is directly correlated to your utility to the marketplace. If you are a low-skill individual, you will always be at the mercy of the economy. If you are a high-skill, high-value individual, you become the economy. Most people live in a state of consumption debt, where they spend their most precious resource, time, on entertainment that provides a fleeting dopamine hit, but leaves their skill set unchanged. They can name every character in a television series but cannot explain the basics of a balance sheet or the psychology of persuasion. The wealthy view time as intellectual capital. They prioritize education over entertainment because they know that an hour spent reading a book by a master of industry is an hour spent downloading decades of experience into their own brain. They don't just read, they study. They don't just attend seminars, they implement. They recognize that their income will rarely exceed their level of personal development. Investing in yourself covers a broad spectrum, from technical skills like coding or financial analysis to soft skills like public speaking, negotiation, and emotional intelligence. Communication in particular is a force multiplier. You could have the most brilliant idea in the world, but if you cannot communicate it effectively to investors, customers, or partners, its value remains at zero. The wealthy are obsessed with refining these tools. They see themselves as a work in progress and are willing to pay for mentors, coaches, and courses that shorten their learning curve. They understand that a $1,000 course that increases their earning capacity by $10,000 a year is a 1,000% return, far better than any return they could find on Wall Street. Ultimately, when you become more valuable, you stop competing for crumbs and start attracting opportunities. The marketplace is a cold judge of value. It doesn't care about your intentions, only your output. By strengthening your mindset and developing ironclad discipline, you transform yourself into a person who can handle wealth. Many people who win the lottery lose it all within years because their internal financial thermostat was never set to a high level of personal growth. They had the money, but they didn't have the man or woman inside to keep it. The greatest investment is you, because you are the engine. The stocks, the real estate, and the businesses are just the fuel. If the engine is broken, the fuel is useless. Lesson 3. Wealthy people think long-term. We live in an era of now. We have high-speed internet, instant food delivery, and social media that provides immediate social validation. This cultural climate has bred a lottery ticket mentality towards success, where people expect to see massive results within weeks of starting a venture. This short-termism is the death of wealth. Poor thinking is characterized by an obsession with the fast. How fast can I flip this house? How fast can I get a promotion? How fast can I see a return? This impatience leads to cutting corners, taking unnecessary risks, and abandoning projects just before they reach the tipping point. The wealthy, however, operate on a different timeline altogether. Wealthy thinking is rooted in the concept of time preference. Those who succeed are willing to delay gratification today so they can enjoy a massive harvest tomorrow. They are not looking for the hack or the shortcut, they are looking for the foundation. When a wealthy person starts a business, they aren't just looking at next quarter's profits, they are looking at where the company will be in a decade. They understand that the most powerful force in the universe is compound interest, not just in bank accounts but in habits, reputations, and knowledge. A small advantage compounded over 20 years becomes an insurmountable lead. They are willing to look foolish in the short term to be geniuses in the long term. Building a foundation takes time, and it is often boring. It involves planting seeds that may not sprout for seasons. This might look like working a side hustle for 2 years without taking a single dollar out of the business, or spending years building a reputation for integrity in an industry where others are taking the quick buck. While the short-term thinker is chasing the latest trend, the long-term thinker is building an ecosystem. They understand that credibility, once established, becomes a magnet for deals and partnerships. They are not interested in quick money because they know that what comes fast usually leaves fast. They want wealth, which is a byproduct of character, value, and time. Character is the silent partner in all long-term wealth. You can lie your way to $1 million, but you cannot lie your way to a legacy. Eventually, the cracks in a weak foundation will show under the pressure of scale. The wealthy prioritize their character because they know that in the world of high-level business, your word is your currency. If people trust you, they will do business with you for 30 years. If they don't, they won't even do business with you for 30 minutes. This long-term perspective changes every decision you make. It makes you more patient with people, more diligent with your work, and more resilient in the face of temporary setbacks. You aren't worried about today's weather because you are focused on the climate of the next decade. Lesson 4. Your circle shapes your future. Humans are fundamentally social creatures. We are biologically wired to mirror the behaviors, attitudes, and energy of the tribe we belong to. This social contagion is a double-edged sword. If you spend your time with 5 people who are cynical, unmotivated, and content with mediocrity, you will inevitably become the 6th. It is almost impossible to maintain a high-growth mindset in an environment where growth is mocked or viewed with suspicion. The wealthy are ruthlessly protective of their social environment because they know that their inner circle is the laboratory where their future is being synthesized. They do not leave their friendships to chance. Protecting your environment often requires the difficult and painful process of pruning. It means distancing yourself from people who drain your energy or who encourage you to stay small so they don't feel uncomfortable about their own lack of progress. The wealthy seek out mentors and peers who are further along the path than they are. They want to be the dumbest or poorest person in the room because that means they are in a room where growth is possible. When you surround yourself with people who discuss ideas, investments, and global trends, your normal shifts. Suddenly earning 6 or 7 figures doesn't seem like an impossible dream. It seems like a baseline requirement. Energy, vision, and standards are all contagious. When you are around people with high standards, you find yourself naturally elevating your own. You start dressing better, speaking more clearly, and managing your time more effectively because the social cost of not doing so becomes too high. Conversely, if your circle accepts average as the standard, you will eventually find yourself making excuses for why you didn't hit your goals. Visionary thinkers expand your horizons. They show you what is possible and challenge your limiting beliefs. They don't just give you advice, they provide a template for a different way of existing in the world. You must choose your circle with the same care you would use to choose a business partner. Your future will sound like the voices you listen to daily. If those voices are filled with gossip, complaints about the government, and talk of the latest reality TV show, your mind will be cluttered with mental junk. If those voices are filled with ambition, gratitude, and strategic thinking, your mind will become a high-performance engine. This doesn't mean you abandon your family or old friends, but it does mean you prioritize the influence of those who push you toward your highest self. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Choose wisely. Lesson 5. Discipline creates freedom. There is a profound misunderstanding in our culture regarding the nature of discipline. Most people view it as a form of self-punishment or a restrictive cage that prevents them from enjoying life. They believe that freedom is the ability to do whatever you feel like doing in the moment. The wealthy understand the exact opposite. True freedom is the result of disciplined constraints. Without discipline, you are a slave to your moods, your impulses, and your biological urges. You are free to eat junk food, but you are then a prisoner of poor health. You are free to spend every cent you earn, but you are then a prisoner of your debt and your job. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. In the realm of finance, discipline means sticking to a budget and an investment strategy even when the market is crashing or when a new luxury item is calling your name. This discipline eventually creates financial freedom, the ability to live life on your own terms without worrying about the next paycheck. In health, discipline means moving your body and fueling it correctly even when you are tired. This creates physical freedom, the energy and longevity to actually enjoy the wealth you have built. Without the discipline to maintain the foundation, the freedom of the moment eventually collapses into a crisis. Success is rarely a big bang event. It is not a single heroic act. It is the accumulation of thousands of seemingly insignificant disciplined choices. It is built in the quiet mornings when you choose to work on your business instead of sleeping in. It is built in the difficult decisions to say no to social outings that don't align with your goals. It is built in the boring work that nobody sees and nobody applauds. The wealthy have mastered the art of doing what needs to be done, regardless of whether they feel like doing it. They have decoupled their actions from their emotions. They follow a system, not a mood. When you become a disciplined person, you develop a level of self-trust that is unshakable. You know that if you set a goal, you will hit it. This internal certainty is what allows the wealthy to take calculated risks that others shy away from. They aren't afraid of the work because they have already proven to themselves that they are capable of sustained effort. Discipline doesn't take away your life, it gives you your life back. It removes the stress of uncertainty and the guilt of procrastination. By choosing the hard path of discipline today, the wealthy ensure that the rest of their lives will be easy. They win because they are willing to do the things that everyone else is too busy or too tired to do. If there is one thing you remember from today, remember this: you do not need millions in the bank to start thinking like a millionaire. You do not need perfect circumstances. You do not need approval. You do not need connections. You do not need luck. What you need is a decision to think differently, a decision to stop living below your potential, a decision to become the person your future is waiting for, because wealth is never just about money. Money simply amplifies who you already are. If you are disciplined, money multiplies discipline. If you are wise, money multiplies wisdom. If you are focused, money multiplies focus. That is why the real journey is not becoming rich. The real journey is becoming the kind of person who can create, keep and multiply wealth. Start today. Read one page, learn one skill, save $1, make one better decision, take one bold action. Small steps repeated consistently create extraordinary lives. One day people will look at your success and call you lucky. They will see the results, but they will never fully see the mindset, discipline, sacrifice and growth that built it. So from this moment forward, stop asking, when will I become wealthy? And start asking, who must I become to deserve the wealth I seek? Because the moment you think like the wealthy, you begin becoming one.